Why, hello there. Thank you for coming to your consultation. I'm just going to be taking a couple of notes. How have you been doing? Good, good. Excellent to hear. Well, in that case, I see that you have some filler spread around your face. So tell me, what are you planning on getting done today? Okay. So you want to get all the fillers dissolved from your face? Okay. Alrighty then. Have you looked up any information online? No? Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns before we begin? Okay. Well, if you don't mind, let me just grab a couple of gloves real quick. I hope you don't mind the construction going on outside of my office. It's a bit burdensome, tiresome, but it will not affect this consultation. Nonetheless, I'm going to be examining your face. I just want to see where the filler has migrated to and where it was allocated in the beginning. Before we even begin, I'm going to be doing a little test injection spot on your arm just to see if you aren't allergic to the enzyme Hyaluronidase. It's basically an enzyme that'll break down the filler. There you go. So, if you don't mind, may I touch your face? Okay, excellent. So I see that you have a little bit of filler on your cheeks. Do you happen to know how many milliliters was injected into your face? Okay, let me check the other side real quick. Okay, I see that it's moved a little bit to your temple area, and I see it's kind of affecting your eyes. Have you noticed some difficulty with your vision? Actually, I don't mean to fearmonger. I don't mean to, scare you. Clearly, the effects are currently the effects that you're going through, but filler can actually lead to blindness. So, yeah. Oh, I also noticed a little bit in your nose area. Did you expect any of this to migrate to these areas? Were you informed that this might be a possibility? You were told it wouldn't really be likely for it to happen. No, it's likely. Let me just check real quick. Yep, I feel a little bit of pressure right there and right there. Okay. Did you get any fillers done to your nasobonial creases? Yeah, I can tell it's a little bit. Yeah, I can feel a little bit of lumps here and a little bit of lumps there. Okay. Yeah, no, don't worry. We're going to be dissolving. I imagine you wanted to get it all removed, right? Okay. Yeah, we can get it all dissolved today, and then you'll notice some improvement as the hours pass by, and you'll basically get right to your natural face. Are you familiar with Courtney Cox's transformation? Yeah, she had like a lot of filler done, and a lot of the filler basically stuck to the middle of her face, completely changing the proportions of her face. And she noticed that it was kind of starting to create this sort of dysmorphia where she just didn't look normal to herself. She didn't look like herself. So she would get more and more work done trying to achieve a certain more naturalistic but youthful look. But then she ended up just kind of like embracing her natural face. And now she looks better than before, looking the way she naturally does. I also noticed some, may I flip your lip up? I'm just gonna give this a good little peruse. Yeah, I can see a couple of little bumps going on and a couple of little ridges here. I'm gonna do the same to your bottom lip. Okay, yeah, I noticed a couple of little bumps here. Yep. There we go. Have you ever watched Ella Enchanted with Anne Hathaway and a bunch of other actresses? What's Vivica Fox, I think was one of her names. The one from Kill Bill. Yeah. So, do you remember the one play on words where her evil stepmother gets Botox and they call it Batox because it's a form of bat venom in the movie? That's what it always reminds me of whenever I hear Botox. So I'm just going to be putting some hyaluronidase onto your lips, onto your cheeks, addressing all of the buildup here and there. And then once again, as the hours pass by, it's going to dissolve. I'll also be giving you a little bit of a massage onto your lips and onto your face, just so that way we can really get it nice and filled out, basically. Don't mind the sounds. It's basically the construction once again going on around me. If only I could control the world outside. And then, and then I'll give you some instructions afterwards as to how to maintain proper aftercare. Okay, excellent. Well, in that case, if you wouldn't mind just stretching out your arm for me, I'm going to do a little test run a little bit of this right there. Perfect. Okay. So would you like this arm to be done? Okay. I'm just gonna inject a little bit into your arm, just a little bit. Okay. Just gonna massage that real quick. Alrighty. Now we're gonna give that a little bit of time, so that way it kind of we see what reaction we're gonna get. If you wouldn't mind, I'm gonna be conducting just a small vision test on your eyes. Yeah. To basically put it in layman's terms, sometimes filler can create a little like red cherry in the back of your eye, which can block out light. Yeah, it's not the greatest. I'm just gonna check what your vision is like, and I'm also gonna give a little bit of an examination to your general vein health, just because filler can also block your veins and it can block your arteries. It is an expansion. It is I think it's a neurotoxin, or basically, especially if you put it on your forehead. Oh wait, I'm thinking Botox, not filler. My screws are loose, my wires are crossed. But I'm still gonna conduct a vision test, and going on my little spiel with Botox. Give me 1 moment. I'm just gonna open this up real quick. Botox is a paralytic, so if you put it, look forward for me, please. Right here, just look forward for me. Okay, I'm just gonna open up your eyes again. Good. It's a paralytic, so if you end up putting it into your forehead, your muscles will be stiffened. It won't be working out. They'll be basically frozen, and then as it wears off, the muscle itself will basically sag because it wasn't being worked out. And if you consistently put it in, then you're going to probably continue to need it because it's going to age you prematurely. Okay, good. Now for the other eyes, I'm just going to be opening up your eye once again. I'm just going to open this up real quick, and I'm going to once again look deep into the back of your eye just to check your eye health in the back of your eye. Okay, very good. Thank you. Keep looking forward for me, please. Yeah. These are some complications that we ran into. They're not rare. And I'm just gonna check. I'm gonna be just sort of, where is it? I'm gonna be running a little bit of a sense test onto your lips and onto your face, just to see how we're doing with your nerves. Sometimes they can be impaired and you can't really quite feel anything in your face. So I just wanna make sure that, I just want to see what we're dealing with here. We will be, regardless of if you can feel it or not, numbing you. That way you don't feel perhaps the hyaluronidase dissolving. That being said, if you do feel a little bit of a sensation, please do tell me, and then I'll give you a little bit more of a numbing agent. Okay. Excellent. I'm just going to be poking your lips real quick. Tell me if you feel that. No. Tell me if you feel that. No. Can you feel this? No? Can you feel that? No. Okay. I'm going to be also pricking your cheeks a little bit. Not so deeply where it'll, you know, cause any sort of like cut or anything like that. But just enough for you to feel like a little poke, and you tell me if you can feel it. Okay? Alright, tell me if you can feel this. No? Can you feel this? No? Can you feel that? No? Can you feel this? No? Can you feel that? Okay. Alrighty then. I'm gonna be putting in a little bit of a numbing agent then. Let me check your arm actually. Can you extend it for me? Right. You're not having a reaction, so we're just gonna begin with the hyaluronidase. I'm gonna be putting in a numbing agent first, so that way you can't really quite feel the procedure, and then we will be going forward with the dissolving. Okay? Excellent. So I'm just going to be injecting a little bit of numbing right there. Okay, perfect. And now I'm just going to be lifting your lip even deeper. I'm just going to go in right into your gums. I'm just going to be numbing that out too. Very good, very good. Tell me if you feel a little bit of pain, if I might need to be a little more gentle. There we go. Just a little bit of numbing right there. Excellent. Okay, now onto your bottom lip. I'm going to be lowering it down and just going into the gums right there. Very good. Get a little bit more. Now onto your other lip. I just want to make sure that we're really numb. There we go. Perfect. And now onto the other side. Okay. Very good. Let me just get a little more. All right. And now I'm just going to be going into your cheeks. I'm going to be going here just to numb this out. Right here. Perfect. And now onto the other side right there. Okay, good. And now onto your temple. Perfect. And now onto the other side. I'm just going to go into the side of your cheek. Very good. We get a little more. Going a little higher in your cheek. Very good. And now into your temple. Very good. Okay. Now, are you ready? Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna get a little bit of this Hyaluronidase. I'm gonna be flipping your lip upwards, and I'm going to be working on the lumps in your lips first, both top and bottom. It's going to basically start dissolving. It might be a little bit irritated and inflamed at first, but you'll soon notice after a couple of hours that it's going to start really dissipating, and then you'll be back to your normal lip size. Okay? Yes. Thin lips are perfect. Medium lips are perfect. Big lips are perfect. It's all beautiful. They've all been celebrated in different times of our history. In the mainstream, especially in the past 100 years, it's pretty much every 5 to 10 years the new lip shape style ends up coming in. And unfortunately, impressionable people with some levels of insecurities tend to buy into the mainstream myth that a lot of mainstream people, such as Madonna, Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, like to propagate because they make money off of it. Spawns of Satan. So I'm just going to be going in with the Hyaluronidase right here. Okay. There we go. I'm just going to target these little lumps going on right here. I'm going to go into this little ridge right here. Tell me if you can feel anything. I'm going to make sure that you're not feeling any sort of burning sensation. Are you good? Good, 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 good. Okay, very good. Get a bit more. Now onto your bottom lip. I'm going to go right here. Very good. Okay. Okay. Just get into this little ridge right here. Very good. A little bit more right there. Perfect. What was that? You regret getting your fillers a little bit? Well, it's okay. You know, with the dissolving agents, it'll bring you back to your natural face. But at the end of the day, we have to remember that mistakes is what makes us human, and it's basically like our homework. We can learn new lessons and develop as people, the progress that we've made over the course of a lifetime, basically. Just remember that you as a human being are an impressionable individual, and especially during times where you feel like, certain purchasable items or purchasable treatments yield the acceptance, love, attention, affection, and validation that you seek. That probably was not a mistake. It was probably planted there in order for you to feel like if you buy something, it'll give you it'll satisfy your human needs. There we go. It's really just the people who profit off of it that are, despicable. Perfect. Nice. Perfect. Okay. Now onto your other cheek. Let's just get this done right here. Perfect. I think there was a test actually ran where it was something like there was like a 3D butterfly that was made, and the 3D butterfly was supposed to be resembling like a female butterfly, but it was like more colorful, it was more vibrant, it was like it was like a form of the female butterfly but like maximized. And then the male butterfly started to flock to this female butterfly that was artificial, so they couldn't breed with the female butterfly, but they still flocked to it, ignoring the other natural female butterflies. And then the population started to kind of like decompose, basically because the psychology of the male butterflies became distorted, and then the reproductive abilities of the community started to erode. Likewise, I think that something similar is going on in the mainstream, where they're selling you an idea that doesn't actually exist. Because if you actually look at Kylie Jenner's face, her face literally looks like Mickey Rourke, but it's like, what, she's like 24. And I'm like, bro, you look like a 57-year-old like Hollywood actor that got really confused after like 20 or 30 years of being in Hollywood and being completely chewed up by the industry. Like, and then you have no remorse for it whatsoever, and you end up mocking the people who fell for your influence by saying, oh my god, I don't want my daughter to follow in my footsteps. And it's like, bro, imagine all the other little girls that actually followed in your footsteps. Like, you're a grown woman at this point, taking accountability for your actions. What? I'm sorry, I got lost in my head. Let me just put a little bit of this right there, and then let me just target the temple a little bit more right there, and then I just went right there. Interesting. All right, let me just put one more dose there and one more dose there, and then you're gonna notice it's gonna go right back down. It's gonna put a little bit right there, perfect, and then a little bit right there, perfect. Okay. Now I'm gonna be doing a little bit of a massage, so that way it's nice and worked out. Okay. Okay. Just working onto your lips for a real second. Very good. What was that? Yes, I do not like Madonna or Kylie Jenner now. Madonna is the female version of a pimp that basically harasses 20-year-olds and thinks that their value as a human being is intertwined with grappling at a youth that has long left them, and they should have embraced the wisdom of age and retirement as opposed to being locked inside of the idea of youth that no longer belongs to them. They are absolute wastes of space. I would say wastes of space if it wasn't for the fact that she's literally a plastic water bottle, considering how humans are like 80% water, but she's 20% plastic. There's absolutely nothing valuable about her at all. And the fact that she's still promoted in the media as being an example of how it's incredible that she hasn't aged is laughable, considering how her face no longer belongs to her anymore. Likewise, Kylie Jenner is a nepotism baby that is an irresponsible little brat that has never learned what actual life is like and thinks that everyone owes her something, when in reality her face is in itself an ego hazard. Anyways, we stray further and further away from nature's order. The true beauty standard for getting older is being that one lady from Golden Girls, the older one. I think she was the oldest one with the glasses, the one who just dropped truth bombs left and right. That's beauty. That's what we should be aspiring to. Being able to guide the next generation after us, not remaining in their generation like their little bestie or their little, like, you know, beauty guru or whatever. It's pathetic, and it's always going to be frowned upon. Like, once again, a pimp trying to grasp onto his 20s when in reality he's gonna die alone and bitter, just like Madonna's gonna grow old, desperate, and alone. Nonetheless, I'm going to be massaging your cheeks now. There we go. How does this feel? Would you like me to be a little more gentle? Just go a little softer. Perfect. Okay, now on to the other side. Very nice, very nice. Natural beauty. The natural beauty of just growing old, getting wrinkled, dying, decomposing, and returning to nature. Anything other than that is a marketing scheme that's designed to distort your brain and give you mental illnesses, or capitalize on mental illnesses, or capitalize on our alienating society that makes us feel like no one will ever love us unless we look like a blow-up doll. Nonetheless, I'm just going to be putting a little bit of this cooling agent onto your lips. I'm going to recommend you keeping it on. Once again, avoid any steam, avoid any direct heat. I would recommend just staying indoors, no drinking, no smoking. There we go. And yeah, you're going to notice some results within 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours. And if there's any complications, burning, itching, anything that you might be a little concerned with, please do not hesitate to call my office. Let me just remove these gloves real quick. Okay, very nice. Okay, now, are there any questions, concerns, or quandaries you may have for me? Okay. Well, you're going to notice that there's going to be a significant change in your face. You're going to notice that you're going to go from being quite inflamed to going back to normal, being natural. Embrace your face. Really allow yourself to understand that this is now your face again, and that there's nothing for you to feel concerned about anymore when it comes to the side effects and hardness, the stagnation that plastic surgery might create, and that you're back to looking like your old self, which is beautiful, and it's always been beautiful. Okay? Excellent. Well, in that case, once again, if you have any concerns or questions, please don't hesitate to call my office. All right? Excellent. Well, in that case, take care, and I hope that you love your new face, or your old face, your natural face.